Chapter 5: The Impact of Fear on Life Choices.
Fear plays a crucial role in shaping life choices, often influencing decisions about relationships, careers, and personal goals. While fear can sometimes serve as a protective force, helping individuals avoid dangerous or risky situations, it can also act as a barrier to growth and fulfillment. In this chapter, we will explore how fear influences decision-making, examine fear as both a motivator and a demotivator, and discuss how fear affects relationships and career paths with real-world examples.
Fear and decision-making.
Fear often impacts decision-making processes, influencing people to act cautiously, avoid potential losses, or choose paths perceived as safe. Fear-related decision-making can be both beneficial and limiting, depending on the circumstances and the nature of the fear itself.
Types of fear in decision-making.
1. Loss aversion. Many people experience loss aversion, a tendency to fear losing something more than they value gaining something new. This fear can lead to conservative choices, such as avoiding investments, changes in careers, or emotional risks. Example: someone with a stable but unfulfilling job may fear changing careers, even if they have a passion for a different field, because they worry about potential financial insecurity or failure. This loss aversion keeps them from pursuing their true interests. 2. Fear of the unknown, often referred to as uncertainty avoidance. Fear of the unknown prevents individuals from taking steps into unfamiliar situations. This fear can create a tendency to stick to routine and avoid new experiences. Example: a person considering moving to a new city for a better job opportunity decide against it due to the fear of starting over in an unfamiliar environment, even if the move could improve their quality of life and career growth. 3. Fear of judgment or rejection. Decisions are also shaped by social fears, such as the fear of being judged or rejected. This can lead people to prioritize others' expectations over their own desires, limiting their autonomy and personal satisfaction. Example: an artist may avoid showcasing their work due to the fear of negative feedback or rejection, keeping their creativity hidden and potentially missing out on valuable opportunities for growth and success.
Decision-making strategies to overcome fear.
To counteract the limitations that fear can impose on decision-making, many individuals turn to strategies like taking gradual steps, seeking support, and practicing mindfulness. By addressing the root of the fear and assessing risks more objectively, people can make more balanced decisions and reduce fear's influence over their choices.
Fear as a motivator or demotivator.
Fear can act as both a motivator, pushing individuals to achieve their goals, or a demotivator, paralyzing them from taking action. The difference often depends on how the fear is perceived and whether it is constructive or limiting.
Fear as a motivator.
When used constructively, fear can inspire positive actions. This often happens when fear is focused on avoiding negative outcomes or achieving a goal despite the risks. This type of fear can lead to preparation, resilience, and stronger commitment. Fear of failure as a motivator. For some people, the fear of failing can lead them to work harder and persevere. By using fear constructively, individuals channel their anxiety into preparation and effort, giving themselves a better chance of success. Example: an athlete who fears losing a major competition may be motivated to train harder and enhance their skills. This fear of failure pushes them to reach peak performance and ultimately achieve their goals. Fear of letting others down. The fear of disappointing loved ones or failing to meet expectations can also serve as motivation. People driven by this fear may work diligently to ensure they meet responsibilities and fulfill their commitments. Example: a student who fears disappointing their parents may study harder and aim to excel in academics, using that fear to stay focused and disciplined.
Fear as a demotivator.
On the other hand, fear can act as a powerful demotivator, leading individuals to avoid challenges or give up on goals. This often occurs when fear becomes overwhelming or when it is associated with self-doubt, discouragement, or perceived limitations. Fear of failure as a demotivator. When fear of failure becomes too intense, it can cause paralysis, leading individuals to procrastinate or abandon their goals altogether. They may avoid taking risks, preferring the safety of inaction over the uncertainty of potential failure. Example: a writer who fears their book won't be well received may avoid finishing it, demotivated by self-doubt and the possibility of criticism. This fear stops them from even attempting to share their work with others. Fear of judgment or criticism. Fear of being judged or criticized can prevent individuals from expressing themselves or pursuing activities that might invite scrutiny. This fear is particularly common in creative or public-facing careers, where criticism is inevitable. Example: a person interested in public speaking may avoid opportunities to speak in front of an audience due to fear of judgment. This fear becomes demotivating, restricting them from developing their communication skills and advancing in their career.
How fear shapes relationships and careers.
Fear can have a profound impact on personal relationships and career paths. It influences how people approach intimacy, commitment, and professional growth, shaping both the direction and quality of their relationships and careers.
Fear in relationships.
Fear can affect relationships in various ways, often influencing how people communicate, commit, and resolve conflicts. In some cases, fear can create distance, while in others, it may lead individuals to stay in unhealthy relationships or avoid meaningful connections altogether. Fear of rejection and vulnerability. Many people fear rejection or getting hurt, which can prevent them from forming deep emotional bonds. This fear often leads to avoidance behaviors, such as keeping relationships superficial or avoiding expressing true feelings. Example: a person who fears vulnerability may struggle to open up to their partner, keeping emotions hidden out of fear of being hurt or judged. This can create emotional distance and prevent the relationship from reaching its full potential. Fear of commitment. Fear of commitment, often rooted in past experiences or the fear of losing independence, can impact relationships. Individuals with this fear may avoid serious commitments, like marriage or long-term partnerships, fearing the constraints or potential failures of such relationships. Example: someone who fears commitment might avoid long-term planning with a partner, keeping the relationship casual. This can lead to frustration and resentment if both partners have different expectations for the future. Fear of loneliness. For some, fear of being alone may lead them to stay in relationships that are unhealthy or unfulfilling. This fear drives individuals to prioritize companionship over well-being, often at the cost of their happiness. Example: a person may stay in an abusive relationship due to the fear of loneliness, even if leaving would provide a healthier environment. This fear keeps them trapped, prioritizing short-term security over long-term fulfillment.
Fear in careers.
In professional life, fear can influence career choices, limiting growth opportunities or encouraging risk-taking, depending on how the fear is approached. Fear of failure and career choices. Fear of failure can lead individuals to avoid ambitious projects, promotions, or career changes, opting instead for stability over potential growth. This type of fear can keep individuals in positions that don't fully utilize their talents or passions. Example: an employee who fears failing in a managerial role might turn down a promotion, even though they have the skills and experience required. This decision, driven by fear, limits their career growth and keeps them in a comfort zone. Fear of success. Surprisingly, some individuals experience fear of success, where the responsibility and expectations that come with achievement create anxiety. They may fear that success will disrupt their current life balance or bring unwanted attention, leading them to avoid pursuing high-stakes goals. Example: a small business owner may avoid scaling their business because they fear the demands and challenges of managing a larger operation. Although they have the potential for success, the fear of increased responsibility prevents them from pursuing growth. Fear of public speaking and leadership. Public speaking is often a key skill for leadership roles, but fear of public speaking can deter individuals from pursuing such positions. This fear limits career options and can prevent capable individuals from advancing. Example: an individual with leadership potential may avoid taking on managerial roles because they fear speaking in front of a team or large audiences. Their fear of public speaking limits their career advancement despite their other leadership skills.
Conclusion.
Fear is a complex force that influences nearly every aspect of life, from decision-making to relationships and careers. It can serve as both a motivator and a demotivator, encouraging people to protect themselves from harm or limiting their potential for growth and fulfillment. By understanding how fear shapes life choices, individuals can work towards managing and overcoming their fears, allowing them to make more balanced, empowering decisions in all areas of life.